I served with this guy on the House Veterans Affairs and House Armed Services Committee for 6 years. He was always the first guy in, the last guy out. Meeting with every single veteran who testified before our committee, meeting with the veteran service organizations to make sure that we got the job done for those who got the job done for the United States of America. This guy is as real as it gets. School teacher, football coach, lunchroom monitor, governor of the great state of Minnesota. And listen, Greg Abbott, I know you're watching. Let us show you what a real governor looks like. While Greg Abbott is signing the most obscene abortion ban in America, Tim Walz is expanding access to reproductive health care for women in Minnesota. While Greg Abbott wants to shut down public schools and send our tax dollars to private schools in the form of vouchers, Tim Walz is standing behind public educators and expanding public education. And while the Republicans of this state want to cut Medicaid and Medicare, he expanded it for every single resident of Minnesota. Ladies and gentlemen, Governor Tim Walz. Hello, Texas. Will you all remember this? I want Beto to do my eulogy someday if I need it, just so you know. Look, to all of you and to this guy, to the Powered by People and to Beto O'Rourke. Beto's work, is that better? How about now? Okay, one time I asked a crowd, can you hear me? And the guy in back said no. The guy up front said, I can hear every word and I'll switch with that guy. So, I'll try and speak into it. Look, we're in a great space. I got to say something, though, with Beto O'Rourke. I was serving in Congress for a couple terms, and a new congressman comes from El Paso. When folks go to Congress, the first thing they all do is they fight really hard to be on committees, the big committees like Energy and Commerce and Appropriations. And no one wants to be on. They want to talk about it, but very few people choose and fight to be on Veterans Affairs. You know why they do that? Because if you're on those other committees, there's all kinds of PAC dollars from people coming in. You know who the lobbyists are for the veterans? The Paralyzed Veterans of America, the DAV, the VFW, the Legion. And Beto O'Rourke not only chose to be on there, he became the leading voice, bipartisanly, to advocate for veterans' mental health and suicide prevention and help pass the Clay Hunt Suicide Prevention Act. Commissioner McCoy, thank you for your voice to all the elected officials. And look, to each of you, you're here for a simple reason. You love your country. You love it so damn much, you drove in Houston traffic at rush hour to come to this event. That's commitment. That's commitment. And I also say this. You love the freedom and the freedom of speech and what the First Amendment gives you, the right to petition your government for redress of grievances. Now, everybody says they love freedom. The other side does it, and they hang flags off their cars and everything else because they love freedom. Well, so do we, but I think we define it differently. When we're talking about we love freedom, we mean everybody's freedom. Everybody. Because when you're talking that you love freedom, but you don't want to extend it to others, you don't really love freedom. What you love is privilege. That's what you're talking about. You love privilege. So you're here tonight to do the most basic, and I would argue, one of the most patriotic things, voice your experiences about what you want to see in your government. Now look, I'm not here to personally attack the member of Congress from this district. I am here to tell them, do your damn job. Do your damn job. And their job, a couple of things. Their job is not to defend the policies of Donald Trump, it's to give voice to the people of this congressional district. Simple as that. And Congressman O'Rourke and I were talking about this. I went to Congress in 2007, and one of the things I wanted to make sure is we got health care. And the big debates over the ACA happened in 2009. And the Tea Party arose. And I held town halls for 3 hours where people expressed their frustrations, and I took them. They were there to kick my ass. That's what they wanted to do, some of them. But I stood there and answered their questions because I proudly supported expansion of health care, and I was willing to defend it. I was willing to defend it. So we're going to take your questions. This is for you. I'm here because I have a megaphone or a platform, and I'm handing it to the people. I got asked, who's the head of the Democratic Party? And Fox News went with this and ran because they said, you know what he said? He said the people are the head of the Democratic Party. Yes. 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 So your member of Congress could stand right here on a Thursday night where the Astros just won 3-1, I saw. Twins are down 4-2 to the Cardinals, but it's early, so we'll see. But look, he could stand here, and some of you would stand up and say, why are you defunding the Department of Education that will put my child who's on an IEP and a 504 plan at risk? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Or why are you okay with Elon Musk attacking Social Security? But look, he has said he supports these. He's voted accordingly. It is not asking too much. If you're proud of these votes, stand in front of people and ask them. And what I've always found is, when I did those town halls, people who disagreed wanted to be heard. And they want you to look them in the eye and tell you why you voted for that. Because it's what we do in this country. And we're going to have to get back to this, and we're turning it into the questions. I just got asked, why are you in Texas doing this? And look, I'm out here doing this because if we would have won in November, we wouldn't be in this goddamn mess. We wouldn't be in this mess. But we didn't. We didn't. We didn't. And that's on me. And I said, we didn't get it done. I'll own it. But what do you think? We're not going to quit. We weren't running to win an election. You don't win elections so you can bank political capital and win another election. You win elections so you can burn that capital and improve lives, especially those who don't have a voice. That's what you do. So when asked why I'm here, I'm going to critique this. I did a little 90-day Eras tour this fall that you saw, and I went to the same 7 states over and over and over and over. Now, I'm not a fan of the Electoral College by any means, for numerous reasons. But we lost the popular vote too. And you know when people said, how'd you lose the popular vote? Because people in states that didn't get visited or don't care said, what damn difference does it make? They're getting all of Texas's electoral votes. Doesn't make any difference. We have lost our voice, and we as a Democratic Party should do some soul searching here. Why is our message only for Philadelphia or Phoenix or Milwaukee? And if we start deciding we're going to use an algorithm to decide how we're going to win elections, how about we just be proud of our policies, take it everywhere, and we will win the damn election on that. So we're here. My friend invited me. Beto just keeps working at it. And we talked about we've got to get out there. And if you want to have answers, they keep asking the elected officials, what do you think you need to do to win? Well, if they knew, we would have freaking won. We would have won. But we didn't. But you know who does? People are standing up and saying, these policies are hurting my family. These policies are doing this. You need to be doing this. So we're going to take a bunch of questions. I will try and, I am not known for like finishing quickly, but I will because I want to get through a bunch. But I would ask all of you when we get to the end. I'm a fourth grade teacher. We'll do popcorn on this. I'd like it, those people know, you know popcorn, we're going to go around. But why this is going on tonight, the question I'm asking is, and we don't just talk, we shouldn't just be talking about what things are. What does it look like? And I said I started doing these town halls because I heard the primal scream of Americans saying, God damn it, do something. Do something about this. And I'm asking you, think about this as you're sitting here tonight. What does something look like? What do you want to see? What do you think are the ideas to organize? Because there's folks out here doing it. And I got elected to Congress in a congressional district that had one Democrat since 1892. And the reason that I ended up winning that district was Howard Dean. Remember Howard Dean, Governor Dean? Howard Dean said, we need a 50-state strategy and we can't ignore a single congressional district. Because of that, my Republican district, farm district in southern Minnesota, people put money into it and we won that seat and we held it for 12 years. So the same thing needs to happen here. I just have to tell you, this tour too is, to be very candid, good for my soul. Look, it would be easy to check out. It would be easy to be cynical. It would be easy to fall into the depression of seeing the crap that's around us every day. But that's not the character. I certainly know it's not for Minnesotans. For Christ's sakes, it's going to snow Sunday in Minnesota. We're tough. We're tough. Texans have a reputation for being tough. And by the way, before I do the, I'm going to do my street cred for some of the young people here. Back in the late 1900s, 1980s, I lived over there at Westheimer in the Southwest Freeway. And went to U of H, and because it's Texas, I had to take 6 hours of Texas history. I know, for a Minnesotan, I know way too much about the Battle of San Jacinto. Way too much. But I know the heart of this state, and the reason I was at the U of H, because the people of Texas invested, and I could go to the U of H for $144 a year. Made it affordable for everyone. And the questions we're going to come to tonight is, we're going to have to figure out how to get, I'm a geographer too, and the person I'm most pissed off of in the world is whatever a-hole created that red-blue map to try and divide America by red-blue, because we know in all those areas, there's people across the spectrum. And we need to start seeing this country again as everyone matters, our voices matter, we're together. So let's do a town hall. Let's go.